What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 39 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. In keeping with our holistic values, Naggarond Inc. takes a multi-angle approach to misery. Like a master torturer, we here at Naggarond Inc. know that the whole can suffer even without its parts. Naggarond Inc. Misery unceasing. So as we saw last time, Lothern has been, or Eataine rather, has been pretty much destroyed, with Tyrion's last battle failing him at the shrine of Loic. We still have this little tiny remnant of an army remaining to his faction, but otherwise they have no territories remaining and will be dead in the next turn or so. Then we are moving on to Yvresse, where Eltharion the Grim still stands, but I would imagine not for too much longer either. Fantastic. Soon, once Ulthuan is ours, I guess we'll be having to turn our sights towards the Wood Elves. I guess the question will be, do we want to actually begin attacking them before the endgame scenario begins, or do we want to leave them alone until then? Funnily enough, they actually like us reasonably well at plus 35, even though the tolerance from the Shrine of Asurion doesn't apply to Wood Elves. The other buffs and the fact that we attacked a bunch of Chaos factions and stuff seem to make them like us well enough, which is kind of funny. If I hadn't picked the Wood Elf endgame scenario, then we probably could have had access to Wood Elf units and incorporated them into our armies, just like the High Elf units. Unfortunately, I still feel like the Wood Elf scenario was the way to go for Malekith, because there's really nobody around anyway. If we had picked a grudge too far, we could have fought Grumbrindle, but none of the other dwarfs, because they're all so far from us that it wouldn't have mattered. Maybe the Skaven one, just to fight the Clan Pestilence and then possibly Clan Ishin over in Cathay. But then again, or once again, everybody else is just too far. We'd never bother with Molder, and certainly would never bother with Moors or Rictus. So yeah, the endgame scenarios aren't really built for Malekith. I feel like once they add or re-add, because they have to re-add like a Chaos Invasion one, right? Considering the first game had a Chaos endgame scenario. Once they add that, that'll probably be the one to for Malekith, rather, with the sheer amount of territory that's connected to him. But anyway, I digress. So let's begin with what we gotta do. That we've moved all of our armies around last episode, so we just got buildings, and we can end the turn, and then hopefully find ourselves some more battles. All right, let's begin. Guild halls for you, Eataine. We've also got to build stuff here. I have to wonder whether it's necessary to even bother building the wall here. Who's going to attack us here is the question, and I'm inclined to say nobody's very likely to attack Lothern, and we'll get a lot of other garrison units out of the military building. So you know what, for now we're gonna ignore it. We'll see about it later. I still think that we should probably go for growth here, because we want to grow well as fast as possible, and afterwards, oh wow, we could either go for Temple of Cain. Funnily enough, we probably don't need the Black Roads here. We can go for a Harpy Roost as well. Definitely won't need torture posts here. Man. Yeah, alright. Either Temple of Cain or Harpy Roost. Well, we'll start with the Harpy Roost / Dragon Hatchery, because these things we can at least build in other territories, though we do need more executioner capacity. We'll see what we have room for afterwards. Anyway, that was Eataine. Let's actually continue that growth there. And Granite Hills, ooh, Blacklight Tower, you're up to tier 5. Fantastic. Let's get you that slave drive, and ooh, gotta be careful with that though. And get you up to tier 5, and then we can delete the growth building here, as it will no longer be needed. Lovely. Cold Myers, Twisted Towers, you're gonna get an upgrade as well. Doomglades, no upgrade for you, but a Temple of Cain at the least. Let's see, Vanaheim Mountains, we are... oh, right. I'm not sure whether we're keeping you, so I'm just going to ignore you, at least for now, though we can get the Demand Highborn Hostages thing at the least. Tor Anlek, Do we want to... No, you know what? Let's focus on the Shrine of Cain first. We definitely want to defend it. I really don't want to waste 20 turns building the Shrine of the Widowmaker just to lose it, so we're going to wall that up to the max and probably build another military building. In fact, this entire province is probably going to be a military province either way. Let's also get the Sawyer up in Toranlek. Moving on to Mount Lee now. Shiwu is going to be the upgrade, and yes to the Obsidian, obviously. Growth and Wine, and... You know, I guess we can start on the Artisan's House. Honestly, most of Cathay, because of it being yellow territories and having a lot of these 2 settlement provinces, we're probably going to make a lot of military stuff there, as we have other places that can be cash cow provinces. Skeggy is... Should we collect income here? -6. Not yet. Eventually, but not yet. Ice Rock Gorge, let's build you up as well, or rebuild you up, and let's get that growth going. Oh, that little rogue army. Witchwood, I would love to upgrade you, though you are expensive. Guess we could get 1 more slave drive here. How many turns will this? Oh, it'll take 11 turns. You know what? It's not worth it then. And just go for Dark Citadel. Alright. 4 cages for the Witchwood. Alright, Avathir, you're up next. Tor Anrock is nearly completed. In fact, we're going to rush you because I'd like to upgrade that gold mine and that Dark Elf Harbor as fast as possible. And we're trying to get to that Palace of Tyrannog for those upkeep reductions on our various mounted units. Let's get that Sorceress Abode there, even though growth would also be quite nice. And are we close to the end here? Where are we? Okay, Unicorn Gate and Griffin Gate we can ignore, maybe until we get materials at sea, for example. Pottery Maker and then Avalorn, you are the last. Let's get that exotic animal pens. And we still have a little bit of money left over. Alright, if we have money left over, that means we can briefly take a look at, for example, our Black Arcs. 2.7k is not so bad. Let's get the monster holds here. The other Black Arcs are where? You, Admiral Leech, are up here. Do you need to build anything? No, you're actually good. And then we should have the other Black Arcs. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Moksha. You're actually waiting to reach the Grand Black Arc, so you're going to not build anything right now. And then our 4th and final Black Arc. The Blessed Dread, where are we here now? What can you build? Ah, yes, okay, you can build the Soul Brazier, and 4k for the Palace of Dread Knights. We will build that, but not necessarily right now. Let's hold off on the rest of this. I think it's all good for now. Alrighty, we'll keep the rest of the money, because I'm sure we'll be needing it next turn. And now, before ending the turn... I was about to say spend the Witch King's authority, but you know what? No, I can spend it next turn because we're about to attack next turn anyway. So why waste a turn of Witch King's authority stuff, right? We will, however, get a technology. We could do, for example, Bloodthirsty Companions or Martial Society. I've been hoping that we can get enough research rate to get another one of these things down to a 1 turn instead of 2, but it hasn't happened yet. We should also really prioritize both bolt cartridges and hit and run. It's a pretty significant amount of upgrades for all these units. You know what, let's just do Bloodthirsty Companions and Martial Society first, and if by then these things aren't at 1 turn, then we'll just, we'll do them at 2 turns. How about that? Anyway, building upgrade available, Garrison Lord, unassigned skill points, hero not moved. I'm sure I moved those between the episode. Outpost upgrade available, that's just you, but you still have no useful stuff for us. Ooh, Cleric Spire is heading up to tier 3. Maybe they'll build a gunsmith or something. I'd love to get access to Iron Drakes and, well, the Flamethrower Iron Drake specifically. Not so much the Trollhammer torpedoes. Not because I don't like them, mind you, but because... Let's see, Defensive Alliance? No. Not because I don't like them, but because Dark Shards can do what they do anyway. But also be, you know, effective at range and other things. Alright, is anybody going to choose to attack us right now? It's not looking like it. No, it looks like we're okay. And what is this? Aventurine Dagger. Base weapon damage plus 100. Oh, it just gives you the Dark Venom ability. I mean, it's only 3k. It's not that bad. Versus Get Loyalty 1 or Wounded Druchii Resources. Alright, fine. We'll pay 3k for this dagger. I mean, it's not great, to be perfectly honest. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd even pick it over a bunch of other things, but, you know, poison attacks and such could be useful for heroes and such. Cut the Smith's throat. And what do we have here? Spare the Knife, Leadership plus 6, Loyalty minus 1 for Vienna. Yes. Why not? Ambush Fordrick. Ah, damn. I was really hoping on that. Well, you can just ambush again. You're still at 100%, so just move slightly away, maybe. I mean, you're still in the range of this. I just need Gorok to either leave or try to go for Barsathar here. Settlement besiege the Twisted Glade. Oh, you're done. Loyal again, Drew Key Resources, great. Loyal again, Akhenet, great. Technology researched, also great. Aventurine Dagger, Elf Servant, R&D, you do not need an Elf Servant. And that's it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, first of all, speaking of R&D, you can do this right away. Admiral Leech, we can have you grab this Mysterious Island and maybe go for Pack Ice Bay, but that doesn't necessarily need to happen this turn. Shiny Boots and fresh recruits for you, favorable wins, damn. And I only say damn because I wanted to get the... you can't reach us either? Okay, that's fine. I wanted to get the... Alright, Fairy, do you actually need to be here? We'll keep you here. We'll have Fairy take the Grayling Moot while Hellebron moves on to Doomkeep. How about that? Yeah. That'll achieve something. Anyway, leave this to steal a little bit more tech and then take it afterwards. Anyway, let's continue. There's more R&Ds. You are going to head down to Mousillon, probably. I see Torcorali is under siege, I assume by Nakari's faction. Very decent chance that we're going to betray them later on, though. I do have to wonder whether they're actually going to succeed at that. Eltharion is landed at Trilinia. Kind of interesting that he's chosen to defend that, but I think it's because of Catherine Kelpclaw. He could have defended Elisale as well, but, well, that's his problem. So first of all, you two, you're unable to steal tech from here. Well, actually, you are, just not as good as you were before, eh? 93, okay, you're just not, really not as good. What about Trilinia? Still 100%, eh? Okay, so here's what we can do. You are going to go for this, but move away. Just so that you don't get in anybody's way. And steal tech. There we go. Malekith, you're going to grab the Mysterious Island. And, oh, wait, would you be able to reach Trilinia? No, it looks like... I don't want to fall for the same thing that we did last time. Oh, this would be a great fight for Malekith, though. Man. Yeah, but I don't think he can reach it. We'll have to wait until next turn. Go for the Mysterious Island first. Shiny Boots and fresh recruits. And press ganged. Huh, well... It'll be of use, at least. And then land here. Again, you're at tier 4, eh? Could sack you for quite a bit of money, but... Alright. Do we want to fight this? Yeah, I kind of want to fight this, just for fun. Unless we can find a better battle, which we may or may not, so we'll wait until then. You can stay here, Admiral Yorn, for now. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the rest of these guys, and oh, where are you going? I assume that you're going to go die at Gaian Vale. In fact, let's follow you with the Shellray, who can also pick up this Mysterious Island. On the way, those who escaped, favorable wins, and the Shellray. I wonder if you could land here. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, not quite close enough, but that's okay. The Shellray is supposed to get the new troops anyway. Speaking of the new troops, Druki Resources, you are going to trade all of this. This is the Shellray's army. Like so. 2 Blackguard, some Harganeth Executioners. It's a nice balanced army. Lovely. And then you are going to March Dance and you're going to ferry it over there. I guess the question is whether by sea or by land. If we go by sea, we could grab this fell cargo on the way. Though we might suffer a little bit of attrition if we do. Why? Is this under storm? Yeah, it's under storm. We can also land at the Blacklight Tower and do it by land if we wanted to. Wait, also, kill this off. And there we go. Wait, how much damage did our executioners take there? Well, whatever damage it was too much. Just head out to sea for now, and then we'll figure out what to do with you. Ferry. Druki Resources, you're going to return to here, where administration is currently recruiting stuff. You have to sail out, but you also have to be wary of Capitano Sissoko, who I don't see anymore, but who was there earlier. In fact, here's what we'll do. First of all, Admiral, you're going to go here to the Sea Corps. You should still have enough units to deal with it. I'll loot the carcass and... I don't know, put that on... Oh, you don't need one of... well, maybe. Okay, I'll resolve this for now and... Ow, yeah, that hurt. That definitely hurt. But we need to keep doing these things. One of the great benefits of having Black Arcs. And what did you get out of this? Just XP and money. Not that that's a bad thing, mind you. Stay in the controlled sea because you can heal up quite a bit here, but move out this way a little bit and go into Dread Expansion. We want to make sure that not Fairy, but you go out here, but once again are not in range of Sissoko. I don't see Sissoko, though. Might be in the foggy area. This is why I'm going to move just a little bit out. There you are. There you are. Okay, so you can't reach out here. Can we? No, we can't reach out there either. Okay, we can't let you take the opportunity to attack us. We're going to stay away from you, and we'll meet up after. Okie dokie. That's done. Let's go in order. Well, actually, maybe not in order. Malice, let's see how you're doing out here. I still have no idea where Dare Talk is going. Maybe go in after the Skaven. Hey, no, don't abandon Shangwu. That's not great, because I wanted to take it for ourselves. And I don't think Lokir can reach it now. And this guy, by the looks of it, can. Well, let's just hope that he sacks it. Also, is this an island? Yes, indeed it is. Go here.
I am going.
And approach the carcass.
Yes.
Approach the carcass. Nothing happened? Okay, nothing happened. You're just going to proceed. Do we have... Yes, we do have an agreement for these guys, so keep going. Just go this way. We still have to go to Shangwu, and then, Malice, you're going to have to go to Bamboo Crossing. So, we're going to land right here, we're going to start raiding it, and then we're going to hit Bamboo Crossing, Wily Village, and then Fuheng right after that. A raid for this. We got a lot of raiding going on right now, which is not that bad. Okay, who can move? Well, the R&Ds can move as well, but, well... Probably gonna have to do that this episode anyway. Rakarth, you just stay there. I want to see how you're doing. Jade and the Troll Vanquisher. Head out to the Remnants of Battle. And get those, and then... Fell Cargo. Trunk of Maps. Damn. Someday somebody will get... Ooh. Sea Corpse or Fell Cargo. Nah, well, we can have the Black Ark grab that. We should also probably have the Black Ark follow you while we're at it. And Barrels of Rum. Damn it, really? 2 trunks of maps? Do you have it? It's stacked. Alright, so now you have 20 turns worth of trunk of maps. Ah, come on. Materials at Sea or a Lost Cargo. Either one would be just tops. Alrighty, you head down here. Then I guess Admiral Moksha will head down to this one. I was going to head him over here, but I guess he can loop around. And then you guys, wait, Deshenshar. Oh, you're supposed to join Admiral Moksha, yes. If you can reach... Yes, you can. And then you, Renmo, you go here. You, I guess, can summon yourself another one of these guys. Oh, we're out of capacity. Oh, no. Okay, well, looks like you can only have the one for now. Damn. I guess we are building a lot of Sons of Murder. We're gonna need more Temples of Cain. You can also get that Grand Black Ark up and running, and I believe that's the only thing you can build right now, because you are out of stuff. Okie dokie. Okay, Malekith, I guess, by the looks of it, this is the only thing that you can attack right now. And I guess we're gonna attack it. Pyrrhic Victories, well, see about that. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go again. Pretty different enemy army than ours, as they have 15 out of their 20 units are all range. 1 Sisters of Avalorn, a just horrendously large amount of Lothern Seaguard, and a few other units in there as well. Kind of interesting to see the difference in the 2 armies, though I guess if we consider a defensive army, the Lothern Seaguard and just general range units in the enemy army is probably the better choice for the for defending the walls, as we would obviously have to take a lot of range damage as we went towards said walls. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off by having our sorceress go after the enemy tower, while Malekith uses his Dragon Breath on the enemy unit of White Lines here. Follow that up with a Chill Wind and bring them down to about 50% of their HP. A charge charge from Malekith and a few hits, and I'm sure these guys will be out of the picture real soon. Want to take out those relatively threatening melee units, though funnily enough the white lines will be inferior to the white lines that we can build, I take it, fairly soon, due to all the high elf units buffs that we're going to get here. Oh look, two of them are blocking Malekith off, or try to do so. Damn, the dragon moves quick when it's on the ground too. Just sort of runs at the enemy, and they best be scared of it. Alrighty, let's see, what do we have here? Another unit of Lothern Seaguard discouraged. Here comes another chill wind as we've been using these, and Malekith's going to charge right through. For now, the enemy is not really focusing them that much with their range shots. Of course, I say this immediately as the Sisters of Avalorn start firing. And let's see, his HP, he's only lost about a quarter. Yeah, it's a little bit of damage. Once again, we have to consider the fact that we can get a lot of that HP back very quickly with Soul Stealer, though only while we have it up. In the meantime, obviously, our artillery pieces are knocking down those enemy towers. The enemy towers are, in fact, in range, so they are damaging our bolt throwers. In fact, we're down to 3 on one of the units, but not a huge deal, as though the enemy towers will be down for the count fairly soon. Malekith's still moving around, getting another chill wind up and running, as well as that blade wind vortex on the Sisters of Avalorn, since they've been annoying him, and gotta hit back, right? Alright, doesn't look like they liked that one very much. Blade Wind always causing a pretty massive amount of damage, and they're down to a fairly small amount of HP. A sliver, I should say. In the meantime, Soul Stealer has gone down, and the Sword of Cain ability, heavily damaging 2 of the enemy units, and allowing Malekith to heal up back to about 3/4 of his HP, and still healing. The tower is still not yet down, so we're going to move in and help Hagren out while the rest of our army starts moving towards the walls. Now we're going to charge the gate with Urian Poison Blade, though of course he's not going to be too threatened by getting hit by range shots, because he has his regenerative capabilities. And it looks like one more tower is still up, but it'll go down fairly soon as well. Oh, I actually like this high elven gate. It looks fairly nice. And that lightning was going through the wall as we're using our Black Arc support abilities on the Lothern Seaguard. Up there, there's another support ability coming in, Kane's Cauldron, I believe, on these guys. And once again, just to try to reduce their numbers while the Black Guard head towards those walls. And especially since we want to use this, considering it's a relatively inaccurate ability, before the Black Guard get there and are thus likely to take damage. Malekith is brought down that tower by the looks of it. Another Black Dragon Breath coming in from Seraphon and damaging those spears, though obviously the spears aren't really any kind of threat. Might as well knock an extra unit out. Where the heck did Malekith go? He just disappeared. Oh, he's going after the Lothern Seaguard, and I think the Sisters of Avalorn again, just so that they rout off the field for good. There we go. Way to jump into the screen there, Malekith / Seraphon. Alrighty, well, I don't think those Sisters of Avalorn will be coming back this time, and how are we doing getting up on those walls? Well, the ladders have mostly docked. This unit has unfortunately not docked, and yeah, it's always been fairly buggy. Sometimes units rush towards the walls and then just don't bother getting those ladders docked. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is what it is. We'll hopefully move them towards the wall in a few seconds. With some edgy ladders there. Not that they're bad looking. There we go. Now the ladders go up, and the Black Guard are in here as well. We've seen Malekith do his hit thing, so let's watch the Black Guard rip those Lothern Seaguard apart, and I don't imagine that the Seaguard would have much of a chance facing off against the, Phoenix Guard in this particular case. Stat disparity is pretty big. In fact, the Black Guard do twice as much weapon strength damage, have twice as much armor, and have a little bit more melee defense and a lot more melee attack as well. So, and good luck to the Lothern Seaguard. They're obviously going to get, yeah, they're not even hurting the Phoenix Guard by the looks of it. Alright, love watching those halberds come down. And how are we doing on the rest of the battle? Malekith has moved into the fray, and ooh, that's a lot of casting coming down. We can see another Soul Stealer keeping him healthy, a use of that chill wind moving through 3 sets of enemy units, and the balance of power has shifted to about 80, maybe even closer to 85% in our favor. Malekith is really racking up the kill and damage count there as well, already at 600 kills and over 100k damage. Ooh, looks like our Coastal Relations liaison has entered the enemy settlement, and it looks like Mr. Misery has broken through as well. I love the name. There you go, Mr. Misery. Enjoy a few nice meals. What a great mascot. Alrighty, and looks like these two will be competing. We're definitely going to put them in one of our main armies as well, once Malekith replaces them with Black Dragons. I haven't decided which army as yet, but we'll have to see. I'm also considering replacing one of the Black Guard of Naggarond, the one, for example, that isn't named yet, with what the heck is that? What is that ability? What is that? What's happening here? Toxic... I don't think that's Toxic Venom. Oh, it's the Whip of Agony. Okay, I was just like, wait, what is this effect? It looks like a pretty nice effect. Looks like a K-Knight effect as well. I prefer Whip of Misery, but you know, close enough. Alrighty, wait, what was I saying? Yeah, these guys are going to be replaced by Black Dragons, but we'll put them in another main army, and I have not yet decided which one. As for this army, we're at about 90% balance of power in our favor. Oh, wow, those Sisters of Avalorn actually came back with that sliver of HP and are going to attack Malekith once again, but I'm not sure Malekith cares all that much. He's going to pop another Soul Stealer, that's the 3rd one, and is still keeping himself nice and healthy. And his HP pool is pretty big as well, so yeah, we're still pretty darn good. Gotta invest into a little bit more HP as well to increase his effective HP further. And especially because he lacks the regeneration of several of our other lords due to having to rely on Soul Stealer rather than the regular kind of regen. Anyway, with that, I believe the battle is ours. Elisele is pretty much done for. Malekith getting those last few spells on the enemy just as they ride away. And there we are. Fantastic. Fantastic. And obviously the walls were ours. I think the only unit of Blackguard that really got hurt was this one, the Naggarond Enforcers, and that was the one that didn't dock with the walls properly, so it got hit by a bunch of enemy range units. And we're going to speed it up as we run out the clock on a little bit of healing and chase down a few units just because we can, but not too many. There we go. Decisive victory, no problem at all, and a fun little assault that hopefully saved us enough HP from auto-resolving it. Alright, there we go, easy enough. Malekith once again cleaning house, and he's pretty much regularly getting over 100k damage in these battles now. 150k and 849 kills to his name. You gotta love having 2 vortexes to cast, as well as that Black Dragon Breath and your massive melee attack. Anyway, while the 32,000 gold is extremely tempting, I will nonetheless think that we're probably better off occupying. It's a lot of cash, but it's only a single turn's worth, and once again, at the same time, it'll take this place down. I mean, we can deal with this much instability. This is a really good amount of cash, and this doesn't have any... You know what? Elisele, unlike a lot of the other places that we've been attacking recently, does not have a landmark, unlike Yvres, so maybe we'll sack that and at least have the money to buff up a bunch of our black arcs because of it. We can send Kundaman to occupy it, and you... Wait, you're not able to... Oh, 100% now. Huh, wonder why. Occupy. There we go. Yes, provincial instability, but you know what? We can keep Kundaman there for a while, for example. And, hey, more steel tech available now. Southern Yvres is ours, and will immediately pop us into that demand highborn hostages. Want to double check that we Huh, I could have sworn I did read Dark Portents somewhere else here, but apparently not. Okay, that's fine then. That is just fine. Malekith, you're not able to move anymore, but you can go into, for example, Channeling Stance, and we'll head up to Trelinia and Torivras shortly after. I guess Marathi is going to continue being around here as well. And Admiral Yorn, I don't want you to get too close because you'll get attacked potentially by Eltharians, so just stay sort of near, but where you can't be attacked by him, like so. Yeah, that'll be a bit safer. And then Akhenet Life Quencher, I still am not entirely sure what to do with you, but you know what we could do? We could make this into an actual army. By, for example, ooh, the Shadowfire Guard are nearly ready, 1 turn. In fact, the army, okay, you're gonna go right here, Eladan, you're gonna grab those, you're gonna grab those Shadowfire Guard, and at the same time transfer Malekith his Black Dragons. Army is nearly complete. He'll certainly be ready for that Wood Elf invasion in 22 turns. Well then, what we're going to do is we're gonna get a bunch of Silveran Guard. Not for this army, but for this army, where we can combine the Silveran Guard and stuff, and then use Akhenet Life Quencher, or another Lord perhaps, because Life Quencher doesn't really work so well with them. Although, if we simply transfer all this stuff, we could combine the Sisters of Slaughter or Witch Elves with Silveran Guard. I'd really love to build an army around them, since they make Dread Spears completely obsolete, by virtue of how much stronger they will be. Especially with their buffs. Even though we can't give them buffs via these things, the buffs that they naturally get through the Shrine of Asurian will still make them considerably stronger. Plus 15 melee attack and 15% ward save. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's continue going through all this stuff. Helebron, you are stuck where you are. Druki Resources Administration. Do we have the capacity to building any more administration? 1 High Beastmaster. Oh, a spiteful High Beastmaster. You should actually be an army lord. I was gonna use Furion, but maybe we'll use you at the Shrine of... Oh, if we could get Beastbinder on you, wouldn't that just be glorious? Alright, well, you know what? We're gonna summon you right here. And then we'll see what we get out of you. And we'll do it right now. So many lords. It's going to get confusing. And immediately into Revered Name of Power. Come on, please, please, Beastbinder. And Life Quencher and Grim... Damn it. Why do we get Life Quencher every single time? I guess we're truly blessed by Cain. Yeah, that I'm not super happy with. I mean, we could get you Grim Gaze, but the thing is, once again... Black Guard of Naggarond. And should they be led by a Beastmaster? Who's gonna buff up, well, beast units? We could do a hammer and anvil sort of thing. I guess we could do that. I suppose we could also do a hammer and anvil sort of thing with the Witch Elves and the Sisters of Slaughter, but I think we have so many Life Quenchers at this point. Then we'll do that, and we can always delete you as well if I don't like it. I'll think about it. I was really hoping on either Harpies of Naggarond or Harpies of Naggarond and Beastbinder together. Oh, that would be fantastic. Well, Harpies of Naggarond would be the starting ability, but anyway, let's keep moving while we have time to do so. Jaden the Troll Vanquisher, you've moved. Rikarth, you are trying to ambush again. If this doesn't work out after a couple more times, I'm just going to have him attack something. Well, I guess they're still healing. Why are you guys taking so long to heal? Damn. Oh, it's because the yellow territory, the -5 casualty or punishment rate. Fair enough. Annoying, but fair enough. We do have money for the Black Arcs, which we will probably put to some use in a second. Also, R&Ds, you need to keep doing your thing, so keep annoying these guys. And I will deal with their skill points between the episodes. In fact, let's figure out what all the R&Ds are doing. Let's also move Mara forward so that we can keep scouting eye on these territories. Steven, you are where you're supposed to be, unless I'm mistaken, at the Altar of Ultimate Darkness. And, ooh, that's expensive. That's real expensive. We'll see if we have enough money for that. Let's keep moving the heroes first. Leech, who are you and whose army are you joining? First Strike. Ah, yes. Okay, so you're going to join Marathi's army in place of her current assassin. Speaking of current assassins, Sharkia, you're ready to go, meaning you can move out to... Oh, you can't reach Black Rock? I don't want you to summon for attrition, but I guess you can heal up at the Bilious Cliff, so just go this way. Go this way, we'll need another one of these assassins. In fact, we'll need 2, and oh wow, we have another one with Harpies of Naggarond. That's funny. Yeah, okay, we're gonna need more Cainite temples. In fact, I'd love to rush one, but I don't think we have one being built anywhere, so we can't do that. Anyway, let's keep moving R&Ds, especially the ones around the gate here. They should all still be 100% for a few more turns. I should really take away their cold one max. Costing us extra money. I'll do that between the episodes, and damn, one of them got a elf servant that we could use elsewhere, but whatever, not a big deal. I'll deal with it between the episodes as well. And were those the last R&Ds? Indeed they were. We're at 713, but this is still at 2. I don't care that much about Martial Society, to be perfectly honest, at least not right now. So I think we're going to start with hit and run, and then bolt cartridges. I'd actually love to get upgrade 3, but I'm not sure that we can afford it right now either, so we will see by looking right doing the buildings and then go next turn. Dark Tower, Angariel, yeah, let's go with Angariel. Granite Hills, what do we have to build here? Shrine of Ladriel. You're probably not going to get attacked by anything. Let's go for the Black Roads here, because we don't need any more... Yeah, we don't need any more growth. Maybe time to also delete these 2. Who's going to sail up there and annoy us? I mean, I suppose Wood Elves might if they try to bypass stuff, but we could always build defenses at this point. And these are just costing us money at this point. Yeah, let's just delete them. Even though they are close to the edge of the water, the coast, whatever. Altar of Ultimate Darkness, I guess we are building you up next, and you don't need torture posts. We can get execution blocks, but right now it's not necessary. We can get the Dreadmance, which we should be building everywhere, and I guess that's the one we'll be doing. Alright, Dreadmance it is. And oh, Eldar Spire and stuff. There was a reason, as I recall, that we didn't build the slave slums here, and it was because you don't really border a lot of provinces where they're needed. Maybe better off to go for the Black Roads, even though you don't actually make all that much money in the first place. I make a little bit. Yeah, fine, just go Black Roads. At least they're cheap. Alrighty, next up, Southern Yvresse, so let's repair Elisali immediately, and let's build the Cinnabar Mining Pit, I guess, rather than the growth first. Next up, Monolith of Bjorkil. Yes, I'm still not sure whether we're keeping this place, but once again, we could just do a military province here. If we really wanted to. You know what, let's start building on it. It does have a port after all. It's one of the good things about the entire Norscan territory. There's a lot of ports there, and it's certainly a reason to consider just destroying them and taking it all for ourselves. For now, we're just going to build a Slaver's Gate there and just go for additional growth. Naggarond, yes, let's upgrade Toranlek. Not so much for Toranlek itself as much as the Sawyer there that we can use to buff ourselves up. Isthmus of Illustria, yes. Growth, spices, and I guess an artisan's house, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's artisan's house. Can we collect income here? We can collect income here now. Nice. It's not going to be perfect, but better. Unicorn Gate will continue ignoring, even though 5k isn't anything crazy. Isthmus of Illustria, let's go for that. Estate of the Masters, Griffin Gate ignored, Jungles of Pawalasha, Dark Elf Harbor, and Die Maker, and we don't need the growth in here anymore. Well, you know what? Still build the growth. I'm still expecting to be able to trade for Pahwaks, so let's wait. And then Torsaroir, let's go for the Lumberyard, more growth, and I guess this time we'll go for the Artisan's House. Nanchang Basin, you're the last thing that we need to build for the Dark Tower, and we do have money. So unless we use all of it on our Black Arcs, we can certainly get the next level of, you know, let's just get it right now, upgrade 3. It's a plus 10 Black Arc growth. It's a really significant buff to our Black Arc's growth rate, so I feel like it's very much useful and worth the investment. Where's the other Black Arc? Admiral Yorn, you're actually good, so we don't need to spend money on you. What about somebody else? Leech, do you need to build anything? No, you're actually good as well. Oh. Huh, looks like for now all of our Black Arcs are good. Really, all of them? Oh, you were possibly waiting for an attack on Pack Ice, but you know what, just wait nearby and keep healing or whatever. How's your army? It's a little bit damaged, but nothing crazy. Alrighty, well, I guess since the Black Arcs don't need to build anything, and now... Oh, actually, one of them does, doesn't it? Not these ones, but the Blessed Dread. The only unique Black Arc. You actually do need to build something, and what are you doing? You're moving away from Lee Temple. What are you doing? Okay, well, let's just let them keep doing what they're doing, which I'm not sure of. Let's upgrade you, Soul Furnace. Let's upgrade you, Abattoir of Cain. And we do have the money. Build a Palace of Dread Knights and... expensive. Just build a Dragon Tower. I'd rather just not see it constantly. We're also going to actually need to build units here, but not necessarily right now. We also do have these Regiments of Renown available, but the Siren of Red Ruin will go into a Medusa army that we don't have yet. Does anybody know, is there a name of power that buffs... Oh. Okay, so this was always going to happen, and I was waiting for it, and this was going to decide whether we would be allowing Nakari to survive on Ulthuan or not, and it looks like no, we are not. Seducers of Slaanesh, you are attacking somebody we're military allied with, so looks like we'll be losing 731 gold per turn. Enter war inside of ally. Well, I guess we won't be getting Demon Nuts from you. We still have the potential option of getting Demon Nuts from the Legion of Chaos. Deathmaster Snitch, you want his defensive alliance? Not yet. Possibly we will, possibly we won't, depending, because Deathmaster Snitch is not liked by the Chaos Dwarfs, and I feel like we want to ally with them to get access to their artillery. I wanted originally the regular Dwarfs artillery, but that didn't work out. Rod of Briars kind of sucks. I'm not a big fan of Lamentation of Despairs, which is the ability that Durthu has. Mostly because it feels like it misses a lot and doesn't, even if it does, do decent damage. Spare her, slay another. Yeah, more experience for him. And Vienna, would you please just rebel already? Just rebel. Confederation, Itza and the Wardens of the Living Pools, interesting. And the ambush didn't get foiled, but they did... Huh. Well, that's interesting. The heck is going on here? Wait, Rakarth, would you be able to reach Gorok? Nah, by the looks of it, you won't. Jaden's ready for duty. Technology research completed. Lovely. I guess the sacking of that one place did fund that. Oh man, Gorok's really badly damaged. Huh. If only we could chase him down. We could take the time to attack Itza. Well, if we do, we should probably do it with a... Yeah, next episode we won't have time, because that would be a very long siege. Itza's a very hard target, but with Gorok gone, it should be considerably easier. I believe there was something special about Itza, but I can't quite recall what it was in terms of defending. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of another place. Improved tower projectiles, rays of light. Yeah, it'll certainly be an issue with this army and the Million Temple Guard in here, and Saurus, and the Blessed Temple Guard here, as well as the Slan. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. We could also keep trying to ambush, but I don't want to waste the time just constantly trying to ambush forever. Bordelot. I wanted to try to take Talashtalan and give it to these guys, to the Hunts Marshal's expedition, in order to trade them for Pahwaks, which would be great. Which would mean Jaden should probably land here, eh? And, oh, we could land in Brigun first. But then these guys might attack us. Well, we're still gonna try to go to Brigun. I wonder what he has in his army. We should also try to acquire Black Ark support so that Jaden can move out there. In mode, go out there. Admiral Moksha, let's move you down here. Grab that Sea Corpse. And then, well, I guess you're gonna be following... for now. Loot the carcass, auto-resolve it. Close victory. How dare you? Against that garbage, really? Okay. Alright, and you don't need an elf servant. The Black Arcs don't have loyalty, so that would be useless to you. And treasury, damn. One day, materials at sea, just want it again. Alright, keep going southward, although you're starting to take more damage than I would like. You can keep moving, and you cannot keep moving. Okay, you go into Dread Expansion. Now, how close are we to getting the Manticore Lords completed? 2 turns. Speaking of getting things completed, well, first of all, you, Theshelre rather, you're going to destroy the remnants of Eataine. And the faction should be destroyed. Ooh, and we got an Armor of Eternal Servitude. Oh, Theshelre, why are you always so good to us? She's gonna get an Armor of Eternal Servitude.
What do you seek?
To have her heal up. In fact, yeah, you can keep it, Theshelre. You've gotten us the Sword of Cain. You've been very, very useful. And that's why you're getting an elite army. Even with some Blackguard of Naggarond. Let's see, armor destroyed, faction destroyed, which should give us short victory achieved. The reward for a short victory, unfortunately, is only XP gain, plus 10% for units faction-wide. I think the Dark Elves get one of the worst ones. I think Empire also has the experience gain. Some of these are really, really strong for some factions, and for other factions like this one, it's absolute trash. Like, who the heck cares? Really, who cares? Especially since at this point in the game we can recruit a lot of units at like rank 7 just when they're recruited, so... Anyway, Theshelre, that's great, you did a good job. Now you're going to head up this way, and I guess you're going to be killing off Nakari. Possibly with the help of these guys. Oh look, Nakari's back as well, that's fantastic. We are going to get you your army, which is moving down here via ferry. Ferry, you can land, I guess, here. And that way not suffer attrition, then you can go through this and then land here at Toranlek, where Theshelre will meet you, get her army, and then start working on Nakari. And, oh, somebody suggested that we should rename something in Theshelre's honor. You know what, how about the Gaian Vale? That's a pretty important place. Gaian Vale, you will now be Theshelre's triumph. There we go. As the 2 main settlements of the Ulthuan. Malekith is still pretty good about rewarding his minions. Anyway, looks like Eltharion has moved to Tor Ivres, and that's where he'll be defending. We could send Marathi to take Trelinia. I just have to wonder whether... So the problem with that would be... if Eltharion tries to go after her there. Although I guess either way that'll be something that we have to do next time. You know what? I think we're out of time and I'm going to call the episode here. I'll do all the R&D admin and a little bit of other admin in between the episodes as usual. And actually, before I forget, we need to do 2 things. The first is we're going to need Druki Discipline back up for the bleed because we no longer have it. Really shouldn't be forgetting that one because it's ridiculously good. And then, let's just double check. We have 3 more turns of Crack the Whips, which we do want. Another 7 turns of Offering to Anathrema. Let's Crack the Whips again, I think. Because we don't want to lose this. Would really like to get Call upon the Sorceresses as well, but the movement range is just too good not to permanently have. And the earlier we pop these, the less... Witch King's influence it would cost. Harmony... What the heck? What is this? Whoa, 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 what is this? Diplomatic relations with all factions. Wait. Did this appear when we... Malekith can fulfill his destiny as the true king of Ulthuan, requires Naggarond to tier 5 to unlock. I didn't know this existed. Oh my. Income from all buildings plus 50%? That's crazy. Physical resistance... Diplomatic relations 100 with all factions. Destruction. Vigor loss minus 25. Charge bonus plus 100. Lure of the Pale Queen. Armor plus 25. No, that's horrible. No. No. Game. Income from raising settlements plus 1000%. Control plus 5 everywhere. And income from post-battle loot. But at the cost of massive reduction to our building stuff. Huh. I'm inclined to... Huh. These all have like a big reduction to some things, but a big bonus. Melee and missile weapon damage minus 20%. That's pretty significant. Though, on the other hand, physical resistance to everybody is good, and diplomatic relations plus 100 with all factions is pretty crazy as well. Yeah, 25 armor, just no. Income from post-battle loot, income from raising settlements, and control. I'm still tempted by military ordnance, even at the cost of... loss of damage, and then once again, this isn't too bad either, mostly because we actually counteract the post-battle loot reduction to some degree, and income from buildings plus 50%. We have pretty good building income right now, 57k, so while we also make a lot of money via loot, that one might be the best one. Man, okay, it looks like we're gonna have to save up a lot of Witch King's authority from this. Also, you guys let me know what you think between Harmony, Military Ordnance, and Infrastructure Ordnance, and Destruction, Military Ordnance, and Infrastructure Ordnance. I feel like this is the best one, Infrastructure, for us in general, because it's the least... it's the least negative. This one has a lot of positives, but the negatives are really quite strong as well. I just plain don't want to do the minus 25 armor one. And this one, minus 50% income from buildings, is also pretty considerable, even at the cost of extra control and raising settlements. But if our control remains in its current state, it'll actually be pretty good. I'm glad I clicked here. Somewhat by accident. Anyway, with that, I'm calling it here. Next time we will probably just go ahead and attack Etha if I decide to not wait. Otherwise, Malekith will head up north to try to get to Lothern, and we'll hopefully knock out Ivres. Since Nakari is against us now, we will be going after Nakari, and maybe we'll actually give Torakar to our dwarven allies as well. Might be a decent thing if we can trade them Torakar and they actually want it. Would be nice to get the Temple of Cain. Not that it would do all that much for us, but just out of the principle of the thing. Anyway, more Malekith to come, and 21 turns left until the endgame scenario, so stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm,
Sorceress of Naggarond.
and thanks for watching.